Good morning, friends. Welcome back. Looking forward to chatting with you all today, and wanted to talk about toddlers and brushing their teeth. My oldest is a little over two, a few months over two, and sometimes it is very, very challenging when brushing his teeth. But for the most part, I feel like it goes really, really smoothly, and think one, I think it's for a few reasons, and I thought I would touch on this in hopes that this can help any other mamas or parents when it comes to brushing teeth, because I have heard from others how challenging it can be, and I think for us it goes pretty smoothly. Sometimes there are some challenges, they can change things very quickly on you, but for the most part, like without battling, like he'll let us brush his teeth. But let me explain some of the caveats. I shouldn't say caveats, but some of the things that may change for it to be fun and interesting for our toddler. And first of all, we brushed our oldest and our second, so both of our kids, we've brushed their teeth pretty much since they were born. And when I say brush their teeth, brush is lightly, because before they have teeth, we're just getting a rag wet and we're just getting them used to putting a wet cloth in their mouth, waiting for them to open their mouth. So getting the wet cloth, putting it on their lips, waiting for them to open their mouth, because we don't want to force it. We want them to allow it and to be comfortable with it. And so just being really patient in those early days and waiting for them to open their mouth with that wet cloth. Once they allow you in their mouth with your finger in the wet cloth, we would just be brushing their gums and brushing their tongue. And for us, both our little ones were breastfed, but formula or breastfed, like just doing the washcloth, it gets them used to getting something in their mouth and brushing around on their gums and hitting their cheeks, and just the feeling of getting used to that. So we've done that with both of them very early on. Like once we got home, we were doing that. And then once they started getting teeth, that's when we would switch over to like just like a kid's, like a little toddler's toothbrush, and just doing like a dab, like the smallest dab of toothpaste. And then again, waiting for them, getting the toothbrush slightly wet, waiting for them to open their mouth, like just holding it on their lips, waiting for them to open their mouth, and then brushing around. And so we have a toddler, and then we also right now have a almost 9-month-old, and the youngest one, she is the 9-month-old, and she loves like grabbing on to the toothbrush. And so then like we're using her hand to then brush her gums and her teeth, because she has a few teeth now, and then brushing her tongue, and she loves it. She really, really enjoys herself. And then for our toddler, he loves and enjoys brushing his teeth, but lately in this current phase, he loves getting all of our toothbrushes ready. So he will get Sissy's toothbrush, he'll get his toothbrush, and then he'll get Mama or Dada's toothbrush, and he'll like lay them out on the counter and wait for us to come and help him get the toothpaste down. And then he likes taking the cap off and then squeezing it so we can like dab and get the toothpaste onto like his and sister's toothbrush. And then for our toothpaste, he also take the cap off, squeeze it. And so one of my biggest tips is just that toddlers want to be involved all the time. So the more that you can involve your toddler in helping with brushing their teeth, I just think the more that they also want to join in and do the task with you. So we also very consistently, so from the wet washcloth to doing the toothbrushes, it's the, hey, you want to hold your toothbrush? Great, then we're going to help you. Or, hey, there was a phase where he wanted to brush his teeth by himself, and he still does that. He'll brush his teeth while like I'm brushing my teeth, or while Sissy's brushing her teeth. And then once I'm done, or once Eleanor's done, our youngest, once we're done, we brush our toothbrush off. It's the, okay, do you want me to brush your teeth? Because mommy or daddy also need to go over your teeth, because he does a pretty good job for being 2 years old, but we still need an adult to go over his teeth. So we will, sometimes he has a few favorite stuffed animals that he has in his room. He has a Mrs. Hippo, he has a Mr. Bear, he has a little dog named Ralph, and so or he has like a little doll baby. And so either it'll be like, hey, like, okay, do you want to brush your teeth with mommy? And give him options because he's going to brush his teeth. And so very particular about how we have trained ourselves to ask him where it's the, okay, I'm going to go over your teeth now. Do you want me to brush your teeth while you're sitting on the stool or while you're sitting on the counter? Or do you want to sit on the ground or do you want to sit on my shoulders? Like, only give 2 options. And I just wanted to give you more examples there. And then sometimes lately it's been the no, baby. And he wants baby to brush his teeth. Or he wants his younger sister Eleanor to brush his teeth. Or he wants Mr. Bear to brush his teeth. And it's like, okay, I'm going to go get Mr. Bear. Mr. Bear is going to come brush your teeth. And he is all for it. So, a couple pieces of advice. Like I said, giving only 2 options. Because no matter what, he's going to brush his teeth. Also, making sure that he sees you brush your teeth. Sees that this is a family thing. It's a non-negotiable. We do this in the morning. We do this at night. Every day. Making it a non-negotiable. Seeing the actions, having your toddler involved in grabbing the toothbrushes, getting the cap off of the toothpaste, and sometimes it is messy. And I know it is so hard to watch them struggle or to watch the toothpaste. Like, all I think about is every little bit of toothpaste we lose is a couple of cents down the drain. And a couple of cents in the big scheme of him learning to brush his teeth is not a big deal. And we can clean things up. It is okay that things get messy. They will continue to get messy. He is a toddler. And I have to constantly remind myself of that. And it is okay. And these are things that we can clean up. But also, when it comes to cleaning up, make sure he's involved. Make sure your toddler is involved in cleaning up the mess that they made. And having them go grab the towel, or getting the towel wet, or getting the spray bottle. Because the more that they're involved, the faster they are going to learn, and will make your life a little bit better in the long term. These are things that have helped us that I think are really helpful and really beneficial for others to hear. If these things work for you too, please let me know. If there are other like tips or tricks that work for you to get your little one to brush their teeth, also drop them below so you can help other mamas out there, because I know this can be a really big pain point for some families, for some little ones. So drop them below. If you have more questions about what our routine looks like, let me know. Can definitely make that video for you guys. But thank you for listening. Again, drop those comments, let me know. Would love to chat with you and talk with you guys soon. Thanks.